They'll be calling you radicals, so everybody's all gung-ho, so they broke the moratorium on saying the F word. So the New York Times, the Washington Post, all major media, CBS, NBC, they haven't mentioned Fukushima in 4,500-something days. Why they mention it now? The Fukushima fallout frogs, they've been boiled nicely. Breaking news, fish swim. Breaking news, jet stream moves left to right. This is an important video, historic important video. I want people to know. People in Asia have been protesting the entire time. People in the United States protest. Kevin Blanch, I protested in San Francisco. I protested in Los Angeles. I protested in San Diego. Up and down the entire San Luis Obispo, I protested. I protested in Eugene, Oregon, the big rally we had. I remember I had my speaker. I was full of cancer, too. Some crazy old lady we could smack with her cane the thing out of my hand. Whoa. Protested in New York City. Protested in front of the White House in D.C. multiple times with groups of people. Protesting in Vienna, Austria, at the IEA multiple times with other activists, with myself, so the media wouldn't show our protest. What's the problem? The problem is the apathy of the North American populace. I went to protests in Germany over Fukushima. Gigantic. Angela Merkel, a nuclear physicist. And you don't think that German nuclear physicists know their ass? Oppenheimer, oh God, I like how we sensationalize that creep in this country. If the Germans want it, they'll get it first. They're the best freaking physicists in the world. Oppenheimer's word. He knew full well that the Germans were not interested and didn't have it. Now we know who this called is. Yeah, you could be the next Jeff Bezos. You could be the next born at Los Alamos. You could be the next Elon Musk. Yeah, you could be the next Billy Gates. Terraform, freaking more pork to them. The Department of Energy, Department of Nuclearism, Jeff Bezos' freaking grandfather. Look him up, guys. The original spokesman. That's who the Department of Energy is. You know how much money flows out into the pork, into this industry, to a small handful of people in the United States? Hundreds of billions a year. The Immunity Act was passed by Congress. They don't have to pay it back. It's free. It's the greatest loot job. It's imperialism on Balco. Hello, wake up. They've been protesting the whole time. And here the sheep in the United States are just, for 12 years. Breaking news. Who's the downwinders of Fukushima? You are. Jet stream moves left to right. Look, I'll get on my globe today. I'll do this later. The Fukushima where it's been pouring in for 4,550 days for over 12 years, pushing water on it. The plume came over us for the first 6 days. Barack Obama, on the White House lawn, I never promised you a garden. I know what happened inside the situation. Rahm Emanuel, John Holdren, Haas Cartwright, all the players. Abiy beamed in there. The Joint Chief of Staffs, all of them. Obama, sending 32 ships to Entombment. Do you know that? 32 ships, including the USS Reagan. Make it so. Radiate your own man. How about all my protesting at that trial? You know, it goes forward, does it? Does it? The biggest protesters should be here. We in North America are the downwinders. Do you know about RadNet? Did you know there was a RadNet dish on this university? Do you know about RadNet? RadNet is the radiation detecting airport that's built across this country. Literally hundreds, if not thousands, of radiation dishes with a beautiful, perfect website that reported radiation fallout levels every single minute of every single day. Do you know on March 11th, they crashed it and took it offline? Do you know Gina McCarthy was head of RadNet? Do you know Gina McCarthy did such a good job that she was made head of the EPA? And then, Biden names her climate czar. Trump never mentioned Fukushima. Trump promised me to his face, my face. I'm the only person on earth. I've asked every one of my politicians. They're online. I asked Mitt Romney. I asked even John Huntsman. I asked Mike Lee right to his face. I'll get back to you tomorrow, Kevin, on Fukushima. I'll get back to you this week. That was almost 10 years ago. I asked all of them. I asked every one of these politicians here. I asked from here to there. Donald Trump, you going to talk about Fukushima? You going to keep the blockage going? No, I'm going to talk about Fukushima. Did he? You know what Abiy? What happened to Abiy? Abiy, he wasn't prime minister of Japan when this happened. Nato Khan, who I knew personally, he walked up to me and bowed. I was not censored in Japan. It's like the shutdown of St. Onofre. Kathy Iwani was marquee in that, and myself. Without us two, there's no way. Go ask Kathy. Go ask her. She's the one on the school board that freaking fought. Go ask her where she's getting her information in Japan from Kevin Blanch. Go ask what you could do it. She's put out her and I put out the freaking data to you. She independently did it all over Japan. I put out the KLK study that Ken Buehler's name on. It was in June of 2011 with 1,000 times cesium-137 background levels in the freaking ocean 40 miles off. I put out the data on the cesium 1,400 freaking becquerels 14 times over the level 2 years ago. A year and a half ago. I put out I'm the first guy that reported that. Freaking found the Chinese that freaking put that out. The Chinese have had the food banned the whole time. I'm the guy that leaked Hillary Clinton's emails out. On Fukushima. Remember when they got leaked out? Don't go outside. If you do, take a shower. Don't take that. The plume is coming over. Barack Obama on the White House lawn. The plume is coming over us right now on St. Patrick's Day 2011. March 17th. The plume is coming over us right now. The scientists tell us it is safe, which that's a total lie. They knew it was not safe. They knew factually it was not safe. That's why they took down Radnet. They formed a committee of university academias and so-called muckmucks to form a cover-up conspiracy. Barack Obama had been had, and he knew he'd been had. I was at the White House on Remember the 5th of November. Did you know that was the day when we started that? With 7 million people participated on the Fukushima. You don't think that? Look at the inaugural speech of the Million Mass March. It was all about food. I gave it. I'm the guy who invented the Million Mass March. Me and John Anthony Fairhurst and his cousins involved. I invented it on the Fukushima disaster. With 7 million people protest war. We had 10,000 in D.C. alone that day. I gave the inaugural speech. Fukushima, 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 Fukushima. Some guy catcalls in the audience. This is how ignorant and gone the American public is. Spider-Man, Hulk, you're going to talk about aliens. They really think that nuclearism and aliens. Well, why do you drive by that nuclear reactor in your house? We protested. They protested the whole time in China. They protested the whole time in Taiwan. They blocked the food coming in all of Europe. Oh, except here. Bring it on here. No, they didn't block anything here. In fact, when Fukushima happened, that's when Congress was having their first debate on the shutdown, on the budget. They had to have a sacrificial lamb. It came down to killing Bert and Ernie. I'm the guy that coined that term. Take out the money, which they already did that. They handed that over to Koch brothers a long time ago, PTS. Go ask Miles O'Brien about that doggone. Go ask Ken Buehler. Go ask Lake Barrett. They're the people who covered up 3 Mile Island are the same people. Are you kidding me? They all protested. Everybody protested. I protested all over. We had 7 million people on Remember the Member. 7 million. We protested all over the country. Fukushima, Fukushima, Fukushima. Protested Diablo Canyon. I protested at every nuclear reactor there is. Got gun pulled on me at freaking Indian Point. We shut down so many while you're asleep and you're in shiny ballism. Did Trump mention Fukushima one time? No, he met with a bee. Right off the gate, a bee hurried and flew into the country. I know people who were on the transition team who were all worried that he was going to let the cat out of the bag on Fukushima. You know, the first person they met with in Mar-a-Lago for days blacked out the windows, Abbey. And we know what happened to Abbey. It blows my mind how academia professors, media has gone, and I know for a fact that it was underground, pushed underground. We were going to have hearings. Remember, Barbara Rox? I was going to speak at it in 2013, and I got classified. When they classify, do you think they're afraid of me? Look what they've done to me. While in critical condition. I mean, the slander all over the internet with my name on it is so criminal. I was in critical condition, but nobody will protect me. I got no lawyer, never got no PR, got nobody. This is a lonely battle. I'm like Semmelweis. You know, germ theory guy. Remember, he proved it. He proved it just like I proved it with my typo work, with my sound. I proved all of this. Plutonium. I proved it all. They still wouldn't believe him. They threw him in a rubber room, beat him to death, you know. Probably the greatest scientist in history. Until Kevin Blanch came along. You know, this has never happened before. It never happened to Chernobyl. Never. A partial meltdown at 3 Mile Island. They covered up the same people. One graphite reactor blew up at Chernobyl with no spent fuels, booze is new. Nasty accident. No accident. Just like, oh, the plane freaking just crashed in Russia. Okay. And we still go on with this bullshit narrative protecting these global oligarchs with our... Well, who do you think they are? Snowden. Edward Snowjob, who killed Anonymous on 60 Minutes. I had the #1 top surveillance clearance in the CIA. #1. I got as high as you got. And I found out there's another top. Well, what's the other top? Global oligarchs. What's the three branches of government in the United States? CIA, NSA, CFR. Who are these people? Well, we know who they are. The usual suspect. You know, they're lords. No, they're not. You know, so this is the greatest cover-up. Great. I got news. The bridge that landed at Gold Beach, Oregon, it was an overpass that cars drive on. You know that bridge made it to Gold Beach from Fukushima, Japan on, I believe it made it there March 17th, 20. So, with the globe, where they're pushing the water in, there's an eddy that flows right into the Japanese current. The Japanese current hooks like this. It's one of the fastest rivers in the ocean. The ocean is not a toilet. I mean, it's so dynamic. It has incredible rivers. The Japanese current is very swift. The trade winds on Balco. The Japanese current runs directly, almost right to Eugene, Oregon. It hits the California current. The California current splits. The California runs up into Bristol Bay and then runs all the way to South America, right on the California coast. We picked up cesium-137 and tuna in the summer of 2011 in San Diego. Remember me arguing right before I got cancer with those liars down there? All the work I was doing, I had to fill. I had multiple radio shows. I mean, I was on every radio show there is. I had millions and millions of listeners and views. Their answer was to attack me, to slander me, to viciously go after me, to classify me while I'm in critical condition fighting AML de novo leukemia. So they've been protesting in Taiwan. They've been protesting in China. They've been protesting in Germany. They've been protesting the whole time. Not here in North America. North America, the apathy. The North American frogs have been boiled nicely. I said this when this happened. They will wait for 10 or 12 years to come out and tell you what. It took me a year and a half to convince anybody it was one meltdown, let alone 3 full meltdowns. And you're telling me one at Chernobyl, the greatest nuclear, the crippled reactors, the ruined reactors, New York Times yesterday. You know, USA Today when Putin invaded Ukraine. They're talking about the Big Z. This big nuclear reactor could become Fukushima style disaster. They broke the moratorium, and we said it because somebody inside got freaking nervous. How has all of you gone along with this? All you academics, I'm a butcher, what's a cow? I'm a baker, what's a cake? I'm a football player, what's a goalpost? I'm a sprinter, what's a track? I'm a journalist. What's the Fukushima cover? I'm a zoologist. I'm a biologist at Weber State University, at San Diego State, at Cal Berkeley, at every institution. I'm a high school science teacher. What's Fukushima? How can you go along with this freaking cover? I'm a television producer at KSL, KUTV, at freaking RT. Well, RT did report some of it, but remember the 5th of November, what happened to Lessons. Whoa. Right where I stay, at DuPont Circle, on our day. Whoa, that was 2015. State-run media, TASS providing Russia. What do you think CBS, ABC, and NBC aren't done with Fukushima? They wouldn't say the fucking F word. One of those guys who are doing the field says, hey man, love you. I used to watch all your videos. Thank you for warning me on this Fukushima disaster. You've been told. It's the apathy. You don't want the truth. I've learned my lesson. Hardcore. The contemporary sheep, the more views you have, all you do is police sight from freaking psychos. The American populace failed to resist. They knew. Intuitively. They just you talk about Fukushima, they kind of glaze over you. You all act like you don't know as the cancer slowly grows. La 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 la. That's all it's been. If this doesn't expose the imperialist freaking cabal, the cult that runs this country, I don't know what does. Why would they possibly cover up 3-4? They reported the shit out of Chernobyl. Ted Koppel, where is he? Oh, he interviewed freaking... Oh, Kissinger's still alive? Got to go talk to Henry before I go to Fukushima. How much more do you want? That's Hillary Clinton, the head of the State Department. Retracted emails after we sued? Well, I didn't sue Vice. I'm the guy that broke that freaking story. What do I got for it? Well, I got a bill for $1.8 million. Well, more than that now, because I've had open heart surgery twice. I got a pacemaker. That's my badge honor, a pacemaker. They've been dumping the whole time. You're telling me you think they caught this tank water, all of it? Oh my God, do I have a freaking fairy tale for you? Oh my God. American sheep will, I mean, they are so hypnotized in this country to political dogma when Obama, Trump, and Biden are identical puppets. None of them have mentioned the greatest ecological attack. You're telling me there's no reaction from that action, 3 full blown out core meltdowns. They've never got near the cores. The core of the cores. Remember when the fucking peninsula, when everything washed up dead on the Russian peninsula? Remember that? Well, right next to Japan. What's that? That's the trench right there, the Japanese trench. Of course it got in there. They could say we could feel burning in our eyes. We feel everything washed up dead. And they just covered up. It's a global cabal, you know? Can you do this? I don't think so. Oh yeah. I always mess up on the left. Let's try this. Oh. It's first for everything. You can't wear black in August. So I'm gonna wear black today because a funeral for a friend. They're not gonna kill her. You think, yeah, this is what all you think. You wish all this freaking American manufactured Jesus world coming to the end. You wish ELA bullshit. Genocide, just what I called it. There's still a few starfish. There's still a few whales. There's still a few freaking things. It's not extinction. I'll tell you why it's not. It's not extinction. This whole ELE. You wish. Jesus coming back. Jesus coming back. Well, you better wear a mask. And you better hurry the fuck up. It's genocide. Because they think there's this cult thinks that they're superior to all their human beings, superior to Mother Earth. They're not. Mother Earth bats last. The mighty blue lady of the Pacific Ocean, the mother to the all living things. You're no match for her. She's going to fight back. She's already been fighting back. You're just not paying attention. I can't even talk about where I think the demic came from. Just for the coincidence. Dead Typos, Jeff Feet, wasted is just coincidence. Salmon collapse, just coincidence. It's all coincidence. The Fukushima fires never happened before. How can you test for something you don't even know what it is? Well, we have the cesium readings. I'll post them again over and over and spoon feed you that they do have the test and they just covered it up. There's a nuclear energy renaissance. No. There's a nuclear energy propaganda renaissance. Free money for all. Same old cult. Same old club. Not me. I'm not playing your freaking game. I'm not. How did I survive cancer? Fighting back against the fuckers who gave me cancer. I was given 2 months to live. When? 2011. What a compelling story. 11/11/11. So their answers: kettle me, squash me, run from me because you can't handle the truth. The North American culture, the apathy. Their apathy is what did this. They ran off the shiny ball, anything. And they ignored the greatest ecological. We're afraid of nuclear meltdowns. We're afraid of nuclear meltdowns until they happen. And then see no nuclear energy, speak no nuclear, hear no nuclear energy. The nuclear emperors have no fucking clothes. Hello. This country is so dumbing down. I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he's like, yeah, I just went to Vegas. He says, in the old days, I used to be a gambler, but that was way back before Fukushima. He says, get this. 6-shoe decks. I said, yeah, you can't play that. The odds are so stacked against you. He says, they're paying 5 for 6 now. Really? He says, the Roulette Wells have 000s on it. And these guys are still on it. Yeah, I went to Vegas, blew 3,000. It was nice. I went to this trip. This fucking country, it's turned into a cliche. It's a giant cultural theme park with no culture. Monterey Bay is a fucking cliche. California's a cultural theme park. Let's go to the Padres. You know, it's like shutting down San Onofre. It's as rare. Which will come first? San Diego professional sports team winning a national championship, whether World Series or the Super Bowl, or San Onofre shuts down. Well, we see which one. I mean, that's how rare all Kevin Blanch is. I'm like a freaking ivory-billed woodpecker. I'm like a coelacanth. Oh, they thought I was freaking real hardcore, great activist. They tried to put my toothpaste back in the tube. They tried to freaking put my lightning back in the bottle. I flipped that freaking bottle behind my back and I shattered it with a fucking bat. Protested. Oh, how about my protesting the Epstein clan at the moment? You know, I called that one before. I call all this. Thank you in China. Thank you in Taiwan. Thank you in Korea. Thank you in Germany. Thank you for protesting and fighting back. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you in Austria. Thank you in Vin. And we win in Vin. Thank you, everybody's fought back. Here in the United States, what have we got? A handful of us? What karma you threw on yourself? Your silence was the nuclear energy crime syndicate's lies. Not me. Not me. You know, I don't care. I fought back. I resisted. I did what every human being in North America should have done. I fought back. I fight for her, the mighty blue lady. She fights for we, from the sea, Kevin D. To stand on integrity, to have any anymore in this country. Everybody's chasing their freaking tail in a circle. The capitalistic rope, they'll give you just enough to hang yourself. And they're useful idiots. And that's what the whole country's turned into. Where are you going, Freebird child? Where are you going, Freebird child? Where are you going, Freebird child? Where are you talking on the phone, driving in circles? Where are you going, Freebird child? Where are you going, Freebird child? Where are you going? Where are you going, Freebird child? Where are you going? Where are you going, Freebird child? Where is it you're going? You're in the club? You're in the cult? The great George Carlin died shortly after Fukushima. You think you're getting in this cult, in this club? Number one, you're not. Who the fuck would want in it? Where are you going, Freebird child? Where are you going, Freebird child? Where are you going? I know all these guys around here. If you're ever in need, don't. The grapes of wrath on Balco on chemo. If you're ever in need, don't go to the poor, rich people. Go to the poor people. Oh, it's Steinbeck. Steinbeck, the great Freudian writer. In the name of Fama K. Brody, in the name of Marlbone, in the name of Trevon Smith, in the name of Watmaka, another blackball at Weber State Nuclear U. Elizabeth D. Shaw Stewart Stadium. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Go team. What a metaphor. What did I get for this? I got a badge of honor. I got a pacemaker. Got my chest split and my heart ripped out twice, literally and figuratively. It's been heartbreaking to see the American populace just stand by and let this happen. The greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. The greatest crime in human history. And you let them get away with it. Stand tuned.